So many guys focus on the outer things. What kind of job that they have, the education that they have, what they wear, how good they dress, etc. But they fail to focus on the most important thing when it comes to getting a woman, which is focusing on your inner game. Not just your confidence, but how you portray yourself as a person to other people. In today's episode, I'll be discussing with my friend Daniel exactly what the importance of inner game is and how it can affect not just relationships with women, but relationships with people in general. Normally my introduction would be with the person that I'm interviewing, but as you might see in the episode, I had a little bit of an audio issue with the wind outside, which I apologize for. Anyways, enjoy.
I've got to take it further! No! Goku! Times 4!
The weak inner game, it affects how you look at a situation, it affects how you speak in a certain situation, and it sets up relationships, not just relationships with girls, but relationships with other people for failure. Because from within, if you look at yourself as weak inside, you're going to portray a weak type of personality.
Absolutely. And we can use this example. You walk into a room or a party and you walk in like you own the place. Yeah, it sounds a little cocky, but guess what? You will end up owning that place, or you will end up definitely making a couple of friends or walking out with a girl. But as he said, if you come in saying, oh gee man, like I don't know anyone at this party, I wonder if they'll like me, that girl over there, but I'm not drunk enough to talk to her yet. And that's a lot of guys do that too. Oh well, I need more alcohol, I need more this, that. No, that's also the thing about inner game. You do not need to use substances, you do not need to use enhancements to bring it out. It ought to be out all the time. That's something about inner game. It's 24/7. It's not, when I decide to get drunk or when I decide to get high, I'll be comfortable. No, because a lot of people work like that too, and that's a twisted mentality. 24/7.
You wait for the right moment.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as the right moment. You create the right moment. Remember that. Especially with women. No such thing as, maybe now is a good time to kiss her. No, you fucking kiss her when you feel like it, alright?
And if the worst case scenario, if you felt like you had to kiss the girl, just to add on to that, and they reject you, well then they're just playing games.
And who cares?
Who cares also?
Who cares? But back to that thing about game, who cares? That's the thing, like I'll tell you, and I'm sure he can tell you, we've been rejected plenty of times. You don't give a shit. Who cares? And I'll give the best analogy I can, especially when it comes to women. And this is not condescending, it's not nothing. But think about women like this when you're doing the whole chase of seduction. It's like catching a cab. You might miss the first 5 or 10, right? But you don't care about that. You just care about the one you catch, right? You're not even thinking about when I catch a cab, I don't think about the 5 or that. Same thing with women. Like I get rejected too a bunch of times, but I don't think about those women. In the moment, I'll laugh it off, and that's actually a great thing. Laugh at it, see it. It's all about inner game too. It's all about again how you see yourself. If you see the interaction as, oh man, like she just blew me off, I must be a loser, I must be this or something's wrong with me. No, just laugh it off and say, hey, you know what? She's not for me, or hey, you know what? Her loss. And you go move on. And that's also part of having that strong, confidence inside.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we talked about why it's so important. Let's talk about where it comes from. Where does somebody get a weak inner game? Where does that come from?
A weak one?
Yeah.
Well, it's their insecurities, maybe how they were raised. A lot of people have trauma or issues dating back from their childhood or things with women. And it's funny because women, sometimes have that effect on guys. They got their heart broken by a girl, or they didn't get the girl they wanted in high school to go to prom. I'm telling you, it sounds stupid, but a lot of people get affected by this years later. I'm telling you. And once you just get it handled and just say, like I said, you don't care about the cabs you miss. You care about the cab you catch. The women that you get. Don't care about the ones that could have been, should have been, would have been, what if. Don't think like that. Think, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna meet a girl tonight, and we're gonna have a fucking blast, and we're gonna go to her place, and we're gonna have more fucking fun after that. You see the mentality, and the weak inner game, it comes from that, insecurities with the opposite sex. And I know we're bringing up the opposite sex because, we're men, that's probably one of our common goals.
Yeah.
And it's that, and it's also doing the things you love. Like he loves to do this, makes him feel good. So do things that make you feel good. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a weak inner game too. Again, you're gonna be like, oh well, I didn't do this when I was 20 or 25, 30. Now I'm 50 and I'm stuck in a job I hate. That type of mentality. You know, so it's also doing the things you love, having a passion.
Getting people involved in those things.
Yeah, getting people involved. Don't be lonely. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I'm going on. Another thing you touched on, loneliness, guys. Get off the fucking social networks. Stop jerking off the computer and go out and do these things that you love, your passion. I'm telling you, all those social networks were designed to make you lonely, and that's a whole other subject. But loneliness, stop being lonely. Call up someone to hang out. You know, do the things you love. Have a passion, and then everything else will follow. The money, the women. And because when you have a passion, you'll find out how to monetize it. You know, you'll find a way.
I mean, just to add to that point, instead of doing what you think is acceptable to get what you want, which would be women in this case, you do what you want, and then the woman will come to you.
Yes, thank you.
Or you find a way to get the woman to come
absolutely.
to you.
And you always find a way because, as we said, a weak inner game is the guy who, again, is coming up to them saying, oh, well, I own this, I own that. And those guys, let me tell you something about those, you know, well-to-do guys that keep doing that. I own this, I own that, I work for such and such company. Those guys are using money as a cover-up for their insecurities that they never had the time to resolve. So like I said, guys, money can buy all those things, but it cannot buy confidence, it cannot buy intelligence, it cannot buy kindness, and it can definitely not buy charm.
See, the thing about it is that we all make it sound so easy.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I see these videos all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, you just got to be a man and do all that. I mean, I can take it from first-hand experience. Like, it's not that easy.
No. I know what we're saying is, of course, a lot easier said than done. You know, real life reality can be harsh. It's grueling, but that's the thing. That's also the thing with the inner game thing. This thing is, it's like I said, it's 24/7. It's not, oh, today I feel like being cool. No, next day I feel like shit. No.
Yeah.
And the on switch got to be flicked on all the time. You got to work at it. It's called developing yourself.
Yeah.
All the time, 24/7. You know, and I'm not saying cut everyone off. No, it's like you said, call your friends to do things, do your passions with your other friends. You know, make your money doing whatever it is you do because you need that financial stability. So do the things that make you feel good, that make you happy, and then everything else will follow.
At a certain point, if your inner game is so weak that, like, you know, you can't go up to a girl about, you know, getting drunk or something like that, it's something that you really need to focus on internally. Instead of going to that party, you need to sit down and just be like, why do I think so lowly of myself? Why do I have such low self-esteem?
Oh, yeah.
Because what you're going to do by taking this advice and taking it in stride is that you're just kind of putting a Band-Aid on it when you need stitches.
You gotta love yourself. That's a big point too. You know, how do you expect to love a woman if you don't love yourself? How do you even expect to love your friends if you don't love yourself? So remember.
And that's what it comes down to. That's what inner game is. Being comfortable with yourself to the point where you don't necessarily even need anybody, and that's when you'll get somebody really.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, that was the whole point. This is the 4th time you've been here, but thank you.
Let me take a thank you. It's always a pleasure being here in front of good old alma mater tech.
Yes.
That's it.
YouTube channel will be in the description.
Yeah, so subscribe and comment in the box below.
Yes. I am AngelDodger, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out my most recent video on the left, which talks about gay rights, and another video that I did with Daniel in the middle, which talks about the mistakes men make with women. Like my Facebook page to get future episode dates and bonus footage, and don't forget to subscribe.